It was past midnight on October 13, 1974, when Arlis Perry entered the Stanford Memorial Church for what would be the final time. The 19-year-old newlywed had come from Bismarck, North Dakota, just weeks earlier, to join her husband Bruce at Stanford University. That night, the couple had argued briefly during a walk, and Arlis told Bruce she wanted some time alone to pray. She stepped into the quiet sanctuary of the Romanesque church. She never came out. Hours later, a campus security guard noticed the doors locked from the inside. Around 5:45 a.m., when the church was officially opened, the guard went in and found Arlis Perry's body. She was lying near the altar, posed in a position that investigators immediately described as ritualistic. Her jeans had been removed and placed beside her body. Her blouse had been pulled open. An ice pick was protruding from the back of her skull. Candles had been arranged around her body, and one, large and heavy, had been placed between her legs. Another rested on her chest. The scene was both deeply personal and unnervingly symbolic. But despite the graphic nature of the murder, no clear motive was found. Robbery was ruled out. Sexual assault remained uncertain. Satanic ritual was briefly considered, but never confirmed. Investigators questioned students, staff, and locals. The church, located at the heart of Stanford's campus, should have had witnesses. But no one had seen anything suspicious. For decades, the case sat cold. Files were reviewed again and again, and each time the evidence seemed to fade just a little more. But there was one name that continued to surface in private: Stephen Crawford, the security guard who had claimed to discover the body. He had worked at Stanford for years. He was familiar with the church. And he had keys to the building. But without DNA evidence, police could prove nothing. Then, in 2018, advances in forensic testing finally turned suspicion into evidence. DNA from the scene matched Crawford. After nearly 44 years, police prepared to make an arrest. But when they arrived at his home in San Jose, Crawford answered the door, stepped back inside, and shot himself before officers could enter. The case, officially closed in 2018, was considered solved. But not explained. Why did he do it? Why Arlis Perry? Was it a spontaneous crime, or something carefully premeditated? And what was the meaning behind the eerie staging of her body? The answers died with Stephen Crawford. Today, the Stanford Memorial Church remains a place of quiet reflection, its stained glass windows catching the sunlight just as they did on the morning Arlis was found. But for those who know the story, its shadows still whisper of that long, haunted night, and of a young woman whose final prayer was never heard.